What's up, JMS? I'm your anchor, Kendall.
And I'm your co-anchor, Elena. Today's Tuesday, March 10th, 2020. Before we start the news, let's head to the pledge.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
Please be seated.
Please stay tuned for these following videos: an egg tournament video, a what color best describes your personality video, a video with Detective Bowen, a March's Reading Month video, and of course, Gavin with the sports.
Let's start off with the intro. Let's head right over to our March's Reading Month video. Have you ever been asked what color best describes your personality? Well, here's a video of people saying what they think describes their best personality.
What's up, JMS? I'm Kendall.
I'm Bella.
And I'm Elena.
Today we're going to be asking people what color best describes their personality.
What color best describes your personality?
Blue.
Why?
Because I'm sad.
Okay.
I don't know, probably like a yellow.
Why?
Because it's really light and bubbly.
Cool.
I could say yellow because it's out there, stands out, it's energetic.
red.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yellow.
Why?
Because I'm very outgoing.
Personality. Pink. Why? Because I'm loud. Cool.
Because I like the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Black because it's my favorite color to wear.
I would say pink
Why?
because I like bright colors and I'm like a bright person.
Cool. Hi, JMS. Back to the anchors.
Let's see what people want to be when they grow up.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a lawyer.
What's your dream job?
A teacher.
What do you want to be when you grow
I
up?
want to be in the army.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor.
What would you like to be when you grow up?
An entrepreneur and a psychologist.
Good work.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A geologist.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Work at a chocolate factory.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A police officer. What's your dream job?
Being a mechanic.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A brain surgeon.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A pediatrician.
Detective Bowen has some important information for us today. Pay attention closely.
Hi, I'm Mr. Lavender, principal of Jefferson Middle School, with Detective Bowen, our school resource officer from St. Clair Shores PD. Today we are here to talk to you about our drop-off and pickup procedures and expectations. When dropping off your kid, you have 3 different options. If you're heading southbound or northbound on Little Mac, you can turn into our bus loop, which is near the tennis courts. We would like you to stay in the lane close to the sidewalk, because we have buses from other districts who use the other loop or the inner loop to drop off students. When exiting the bus loop onto Little Mac, we need everyone to turn right only to keep the flow of traffic as quick as possible. If you are heading northbound on Rockwood, we need you to turn right into the drop-off loop near the softball field. You travel through this loop here, and then when you exit, we have a left turn only expectation, so you would head southbound on Rockwood. Your other option is to head southbound on Rockwood, and then you would turn left into the loop by the flagpole near the main office of Jefferson Middle School. When leaving this loop, the expectation is that you would turn right and head north on Rockwood as you exit. Sharing some of your observations and expectations regarding drop-off at Jefferson Middle School.
Yes, so follow with what he says. If you're going here, make the right-hand turn. If you turn left, you're just disrupting the flow of traffic. And especially if you're coming out this one, don't be the person that takes the right-hand turn, because then you're clogging up the traffic over here. Another thing is, don't let your kids out prior to. We don't want them crossing the street, because that's how kids get hit by cars. And when you're inside these loops, especially if you're parked right in here, no matter where you're at there, drop your kid off. Don't be the person that drives all the way up here and wastes the last second to drop your kid off because you're just slowing down the process. Same thing with over here. Once you're up here along this sidewalk, that whole, 6 or 7 cars can drop their kids off at that point in time, and then you can drive right out. Make sure you make the left-hand turn right here. If you need to go northbound once you leave the school, don't use this loop. Use this loop right here, because that's going to get you to head back up north. And this one runs pretty smooth. Just make sure you make the right-hand turn so you're not blocking the traffic.
So Detective Bowen, you have driven through our drop-off pickup patterns, and you have observed them as well. It is my understanding that you feel the procedures are designed well. What behaviors do drivers demonstrate that slow the process down?
Like I said before, what can slow it down is if you're not dropping your kids off at the right time. Just so that whole line, drop your kids off and then keep the line moving. People that try to park in the no parking zone, that slows everything down. If you're stopped and let your kids run across the street, that slows it down. If you want to drop your kids off, do it a couple blocks away, let them walk. But other than that, just follow the procedures, make the right-hand turns like you're supposed to, make the left-hand turns like you're supposed to, and just use common sense.
What behaviors have drivers demonstrated that create dangerous situations to students, staff, guests, and other drivers?
The main one is everybody keeps dropping their kids off and let them run through traffic. I've seen multiple kids almost get hit by a car. You can't do that. It's not worth that extra 2 minutes of your time having your kid get run over. Another one is the speeding. Everybody's driving through the parking lot too fast. We got to be polite. We got to be courteous. And remember, we all have somewhere to go, but we can't have people getting hit by cars.
After your most recent observations of the drop-off pickup process, you recommended some changes to the cone placements and funneling of cars. Can you explain why?
Yes, so we're going to put some extra cones right here, so when you go out, it's going to try to stop you from making the right-hand turn. Make the left-hand turn, don't run over the cones, don't go around them so you're coming into oncoming traffic. Same thing with over here. We're going to try to make it so you have to turn in and you can't come in from this direction. You shouldn't be passing this parking lot to turn into this. And then we're also, lastly, we're going to do cones throughout there. So this is going to be one lane. So if you need to stop going to the office or anything, don't park right here during that time during drop-off. Find a normal parking spot over here and then walk in from there.
Hey JMS, Gavin here for Gavin Sports Report. So, kicking it off in the NHL, the Detroit Red Wings faced off against the Colorado Avalanche, and they lost 2-1. Then Friday night, the Wings were in Detroit as they faced off against their rivals, the Chicago Blackhawks, and they won 2-1. Then Sunday, the Wings were in Tampa, Florida, and the Wings won 5-4 in a shootout over to the Pistons. They played Chris Paul and the OKC Thunder, and the Pistons lost 117-114. On Saturday, the Pistons played the Jazz, and the Jazz won 111-105. On Sunday, the Pistons played the New York Knicks. The Pistons lost 84-96. On to the XFL, the Dragons played the Roughnecks, and the Roughnecks won 32-23. On Saturday night, the Guardians played the Renegades, and the Guardians won 30-12. The Battlehawks played the Defenders, and the Defenders won 15-6. Sunday night, the Vipers hosted the Wildcats, and the Wildcats won 41-34. Let's head back to the Anchors.
Tomorrow's lunch is corn dogs, French toast, turkey sausage, carrots, juice cup, and a milk of your choice.
All items in the Lost and Found are being donated on Friday. Make sure you're not missing anything. Today's birthdays are London Canty and Griffin Javitos.
People who celebrated over the weekend were Brooke Carey, Dana Cebulski, Cameron Knox, Charlie Bingle, Riley Brindley, Gianna Fett, Matthew Lee, Malia Mason, and Frank Pepperton.
Happy birthday!
That's all for today, JMS.
Bye.